Hello, welcome to the Sheep Seats. I am your host with a different pace tonight because we are mixing it up tonight. I'm your host, Matthew, aka Sheep, aka Dark Sheep. Tonight, I got it already open here. I already have it open. We are going to try and learn this year's DraftKings format, contests and ADP and all that good stuff, because I have yet to draft one on DraftKings this year. Last year, we managed to draft on stream. Shout out to our friend Bernie, who could not make it tonight as he's still on the mend from COVID. Get better soon, Bernie. But last year, Bernie and I were on stream here. We drafted the 10th place team. So we're going to try and run it back for maybe a first place team. So I have no idea how quick these things are filling. It looks like the $20 already 4,500 out of 30,000. So it seems like they're filling at a pretty good clip. So let's do it. Let's enter. Should we use crowns? Okay, so here's a tip for those of you who may not be familiar with DraftKings. Maybe I assume most people are, but make sure that you have your daily mission active when you enter. So today's mission, I'm going to get 400 bonus crowns when the start of the season starts, because I'm going to get this locks when I enter the contest. So what's up, Billy Joe? We get some Wrangler ads. That's nice to see. I could use a full denim outfit like this. I think that'd be nice. I think I'd look good in an all denim outfit. I could ride my horse. Anyway, enough of that. Let's use what doesn't really matter. Let's enter. All right, 10 out of 12. No problem filling tonight. Yeah, a Canadian tuxedo. Canadian tuxedo or tuxedo shirt, which is better? All right, we are full. Our friend Saints to Death gets the first pick. Dresden Dogs in here. Let's see if we recognize any other names. We get the 10th pick. I don't recognize anybody else in here. But here we go. So, again, I have not looked at anything. This is complete. This is Sheep Reacts to DraftKings ADP. That's what I should have called this. People still like react streams and videos, right? That's like the YouTube meta. You're just soaking up all the streamer value. Very nice. All right, we got pick 10. Let's look at this first round. I have heard, they added this last year, right? We knew we had the draft board. That was there last year, but I have heard. No, I thought I saw somebody say you could search by team this year. Kansas? No. All right. Well, so much for that. DraftKings, I'm sure some, of the 16 people that it says are watching here, one of you is in DraftKings employee. So just a suggestion. We should have. Oh, you can click on the teams and filter. Click on the teams. This team? Right here, a drop down. It's a separate thing. I just missed it. All right. Yep. What's up, Turbotron? TK ADP is really fun after hundreds of UD drafts. Yeah, I have heard it is notorious for its ADP. Well, you can type the names in on mobile. Excellent. All right. Yeah, had a nice day in spring training DFS, so my balance is up here, and I'm ready to do some DraftKings drafting this year. So should be exciting. We got Ohtani, Judge, Soto. Ellie is 5. Interesting. Okay. What am I missing here? Oh, Saints already took Bobby Witt. I was like, I don't see Bobby Witt on the list, but Saints took him. So, okay. That is great. At first, I was like, Bobby Witt. I was scrolling for Bobby Witt. I'm like, what's going on here? All right. This doesn't seem too crazy so far. I don't know what you guys are talking about. The first 4 picks all make sense. A little bit of overreaction. Bob Scott. I'm digging this. Oh, come on. Where'd he go? I'm digging this. Oh, you can't zoom in that far on the draft board. Bob Scott's got a awesome profile pick here. All right, what kind of that seems like a good zoom value. All right, we're not taking Paul Skeens most likely. Mookie is an infielder over here too. And do know that sometimes there is a few player differences in terms of position too. All right, Gunner goes. All right, well, I guess we'll do it. We'll take Corbin Carroll was our first pick. And of course, this layout is terrible for streaming and impossible to view all the things you want to do. We'll get there. We'll get there on DraftKings. The slow incremental, it gets a little bit better every year. Team filter is nice. So, all right. Betts goes there. Let's see what Roxbury leaves us with. Okay, he takes Tatis. That was going to be a slam dunk if he didn't. Just look a little bit ahead here. Looks pretty similar just off the bat in these first ADPs. Skubal was on our team last year. Let's go with the 2 outfield start. Let's take Julio. Trying to get excited about Seattle again this year. All right, Tough Room Skeens usually goes like 6 to 8. Yeah, that's a usual stream draft. All right, what are the major differences in this contest versus the Dinger? Yes, the scoring is different. I don't know that it is. Okay, Henny Penny saying more points for stolen bases. What's up, Dubes? I don't really think too hard about the differences in scoring. We do know that the actual number of points that a pitcher scores is lower per outing, but that's the same across the board for every pitcher. So that doesn't really affect my pitching decisions too much. Here, I don't have the exact scoring differences, but they are slightly different. And then, all right, Matt F's here for us. A double is worth 1 less. A walk is worth 1 less. A stolen base is worth 1 more point. Yeah. So I don't know really how much that affects things. And then I think this is the key thing. There is no flex spot. So we're still drafting 20 rounds of players, but we do not have that hitting flex spot. The kind of the general idea is that pitcher has a little more value relative to hitters because you're not trying to fill one more hitting spot, but they score less. And as I understand it, in years past, pitching ADP has been a lot higher on DraftKings. So the first year I drafted here, I saw that, pitching was going higher. I tried to, or that pitching scored less, so I tried to push it more, and that didn't really work out. So last year I made sure to still get some okay pitchers before they, they all disappeared on us. Try to stay, rather than falling behind the rooms, just try and keep up with the rooms, even though that they score less on this side. All right. Last pick, Dylan C. So we got two outfielders. I guess we can fill up some queues here, just to be safe. All right, we are on the clock. Matt Olson, pick 3. Let's do that. I like that very much. No problems with that. All right, so we're going to let that run out so we can fill our queue a little bit here. Oh, hold on. Move him to the top of the queue, though. Almost screwed up there. That would have been fun taking Josh Naylor next, but oh well. All right. I'm sure I'll make that mistake again before the night is out, and it'll actually affect the picks. All right, and then Atlanta. Who we have left on this Atlanta stack? Pretty much anybody. All right, then let's order that by ADP so we don't get even worse of a jump somehow. Than what we expect. All right. Cool. We have, I was hoping to have Bernie on here. We have no guests tonight, so I think, we should maybe feed some ducks in a moment here. All right, there's a ton of infielders I like here. I like Jazz this year. Corey Seager's here. But I was talking about not falling behind at pitcher, so I'm going to take a Garrett Crochet share here. Take our first pitcher. And yeah, let's feed the ducks tonight. Pop over to the tab. Anybody out there having a beverage this evening? What are we drinking? I've got a little bourbon old fashioned here that I made. That is what I'm enjoying this evening. Some Michter's bourbon that I picked up on the way home. Heavy on the ice so I don't slam it at the beginning of the show and get loopy. Although, I mean, maybe that's better for the show. Billy, Joe, Haku Vodka. I feel like this has been a selection by you previously. I feel like that is a popular one with you. All right, and that's the only place I've ever heard of it. I feel like I've heard it before. Matt F has a blackberry sour beer. Excellent. Penny and Penny is driving in Red Bull, so hopefully you're using speech to text. Saints has got one of my favorites, a West Coast IPA. We haven't had an IPA night on here in a while. All right, we should probably see what everybody else is doing here. Yeah, so everybody's dabbling in pitcher this round. Excuse me. Why don't you mute the mic when you cough? All right. Saints has got a nice infield. Oh, O'Neal Cruz is outfield on here. That's nice. I was trying to figure out, got confused. I saw 3 yellow and 2. Okay. That's interesting. I like that. Yeah, thanks for sharing earlier. Why don't you wait till you pick him? That is all right. I will have to remember that. Funny that he's going ahead of Brian Reynolds. Denver's got a little red wine, just a little, not a lot. We don't want to, get out of control. Fella is infielder. Okay, so look at Brian Reynolds' price. All right, let's do what the man says. Rank 66, which, outfielder of, I guess that's not too outrageous. I don't know. Lower than underdog, but, as I said on the outfield show, I'm not really getting to a lot of Brian Reynolds. Okay, apparently everyone's afraid of the James Wood day-to-day tag, so we'll snap that right up. I don't think I saw more news on him today. Yeah, left quad tendonitis. Batting practice Tuesday, ran the bases. Yeah. We'll take that fall. Get a nice little young outfielder. Yeah, TK. Yeah, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but pitching scoring is a lot less than underdog. But my theory is that you still are competing with people getting similar scores at pitcher. So you still need to compete with your draft room and everybody else. So I feel like that was the biggest mistake I made year one, was trying to wait too far on pitching and then just not having the firepower I needed to keep up with everybody else. We're about to be up, and we have Ozzy Albies sitting there for the stack. But somebody takes Ozzy Albies. Okay. Well, I mean, if he's just going to sit here for us, I'll take another outfielder that I like in Riley Green. So, okay. We are starting outfield heavy. We have, I hate the scrolling for trying to stream. I apologize, guys, if it feels like I'm jumping all around. It just doesn't fit as well. So we have a 1-1-4 team to start with. Carol Rodriguez, Matt Olson, Garrett Crochet, James Wood, and Riley Green. Would like to have a couple of these pieces stacked together early on, but we're taking what the room gives us here. All right. Saints here is saying there are less good options as a pitcher since you can get negative points. Okay. And good pitchers usually separate, and a 2-start week doesn't always matter because pitchers have negative starts all the time. I think all the time is a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it is possible to do negative. Yeah, the other difference for those who don't know is the playoff format is slightly different. Where on Underdog you have each playoff round, you have 2 separate 1-week scoring periods. The DraftKings 2 weeks is entirely cumulative. So you are the whole 2 weeks you're scoring for your guys. So going through the finals last year, my firsthand observation was that kind of created a lot of chalk in the playoffs, and the teams that were in the finals and competing had a lot of overlapping players. And of course, I did not prepare. I should have brought up my lineup from last year to look at, but I do not have that. I grabbed it for the screenshot and then forgot about it. Yeah, it does make pitching a little bit different in terms of chasing the 2-start weeks, but obviously 2-start weeks are still beneficial, or in this case, it just becomes 3-start 2 weeks, which, not even, every pitcher doesn't have 3 starts in 2 weeks. Some of them overlap and stuff. So it's, you still get lucky, or you still can get lucky with guys being in or getting those 2 starts. All right, this doesn't seem too crazy. Castellanos and Nimmo are here, and Reynolds. All right, let's see. Not a huge Josh Naylor fan this year, but do we want to go? We don't need an outfield. I'm scared by Sasaki this year. Do we want to keep up at pitcher? Let's do that. Let's get our guy Grayson Rodriguez here. We're going to do our whole pitching staff start with the letter G. Is that possible? I wonder. G, pitcher. We could go last name and first name, maybe. That might be possible. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Maybe I've done that on accident. We're not doing that. Just a fun idea, I guess. All right. What are we looking at? I do think we take Josh Naylor if he comes back to us here. Try and build our Arizona stack. Obviously, and where does he go? We love the Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte start on any site. Marte's there, so yeah, I took Olsen over him, which is fine. Tyler Glass now staring at me there. Let's do it. Let's take Josh Naylor. Shout out Nez there. The biggest fan I know. Ooh. Xavier Edwards at 89. Okay, Senior Strong. You're cooking. All right, I'm guessing that's his ADP. Notoriously poor ADP on, or poor sentiment on Underdog. Does not hit home runs, which was what we want on Underdog. I do wonder if people are. Hold on, we muted the mic. All right, the cord. I think we're good. You know what I did is I played Feeding the Ducks once. It is kind of crazy to see Xavier Edwards here go with Tovar close to Contreras. I don't know, man. Over 70 games played. He has the nice OBP, nice average, 1 home run, 12 doubles out of 87 hits. Jobber Jim, did you watch any spring training games today? I thought the Yankees lineup looked good, and Junior Caminero might need to shorten that swing path. Okay. I know I did not watch that game. I was watching the Dodgers-Cubs game because that was on the DFS slate that I was playing this afternoon. So I watched part of that game. Yeah, I know that my guy Jason Dominguez had a nice leadoff hit, and then Goldschmidt brought him home. Two of the pieces I like on the Yankee stack, so that felt good. I did not catch any of the Caminero at bats. Yeah, there's. I watched the Dodgers Cubs game yesterday too. I had that on the background while working. So I guess that's mostly what I've been watching. Yeah, some interesting guys. Kevin Alcantara for the Cubs is looking like he's. He didn't exactly. He hit against yesterday against the starter, but today he was not really hitting it again. His hits didn't come against really great pitchers, but interesting guy to keep an eye on as spring goes on. Maybe push for a bench role with the Cubs. Okay, Sasaki is hanging out here still. People do not like him. I don't know where I would want to take him, but we're going to keep with the stacking theme. We're going to grab Randy Arozarena at 100 ADP. That is a nice price. I know he had a terrible season, but that is a nice price. Yes, I've been hoping for that one more goal a year. I've been drafting for it. Can't wait. Oh, I must have the wrong mic. Hold on. Converted over the camera mic, so that should be better. We have some tips on what is good to smoke and when. All right, that's not something I participate in, but good for you. All right. Feels like we are thinking about a pitcher and infielder here. Royce Lewis, Matt Chapman stand out to me as good picks here. Let's go Matt Chapman. Just old, reliable. Good to hear. Good to hear. Ramos and Chapman going a lot closer here. Let's take a look. Anybody really putting together mini stacks? Saints has got a little ATH. Put a little Pittsburgh together. Marco, Ohtani and Freeman there. Harper and Castellanos. C. Snyder has got a scatter shot of players. Dresden Dog. We got a little Soto, Acuna and Harris together. Nimmo and Soto. He took Royce Lewis. We're talking about. All right. Bob doesn't look like he's doing any stacking at the moment. Gutters has a Chicago stack brewing, an Angel stack brewing. So, we have about maybe half the teams stacking. It's been a while since I did one of these alone. I feel like I'm either talking too much or not talking enough. at some pitcher prices here as we wait for our turn. Whoop. I don't know if you heard that, but someone broke something glass in my house. How are you guys feeling out there about the pace of these DraftKings drafts? Are they filling fast when you get in? How long does it take to fill? Yeah, I guess that did pick up. I'm good. A glass in the kitchen is not good. Sounds like everyone involved is good. So there's no screaming and or dialing of 911 that I can hear. So all right, we were talking about the one more year of Goldie. Let's take him here at pick 130. Dog has got to 38 of these drafts filled decently quickly. All right. Hopefully you didn't mean you're in 38 drafts at the same time, just in total. Yeah, I like that. I like that Goldschmidt at 120. Yeah, I like where this team is headed. I think this next pick we have to look for a pitcher because we are starting to thin out. And this is where I was talking about, trying to make sure you keep up with the room. Let's see. Most people have 3 or 4. Roxbury has 5 at this point. So yeah, I think we want to grab a pitcher here, keep up with the room. What's this note on Steele? Oh, that he's going to start game 2 in Tokyo. All right. Fantasy Degen Justin Steele. Interesting group of pitchers here. Kind of a different order than I'm used to seeing. Let's take him. Let's take Justin here. Okay, Dog is in 38. He is including slows. All right. Should be interesting. I wonder if we're going to get to some different names here on this site, or if the last round is going to be similar. Trying to recalibrate on the fly is a bit tough. Like, who do I like more than the other when I'm staring at Kevin Gausman and Justin Steele? A decision I'd never have to make on Underdog. It does make you wonder, though, when you're on Underdog, how much you are relying on ADP when you're making your next pick. I know I'm totally guilty of it, right? I see these guys next to each other. I have to compare them now together, but when I'm making my picks on Underdog, because I'm looking by ADP, I'm seeing different names together. I'm making different decisions, and I'm not thinking, oh, this guy in the 16th round is who I should take here in the 12th round as much as maybe you should be, because we know ADP is fairly decent there. There's still some guys mispriced. They'll be mispriced when the chips fall where they may, but we kind of stick to ADP when we're making our decisions. I think most people do. Maybe I'm not speaking for you directly. Steer was taken right before you. Yeah, so everybody's grabbing pitcher again. I do feel like we might need to grab our 4th. Let's Saints is up to 5 now. Dog is up to 5. Yeah, maybe let's see who we got for pitchers here. Names I like here, so maybe when it gets around to us, our guy Cal Raleigh will still be there, and we take him now, and then take a pitcher around. Okay, Arrighetti was the guy I was looking at as one of these pitchers picks. He was down a little further on the list, but I liked him. But hopefully we can get Cal Raleigh here, and then we can reformat ourselves for picking the next pitcher. Picking the next pitcher. It's tough to say. Nick Pivetta goes up there. I really fumbled it on Nick Pivetta this year. I just plain forgot about him. A guy I've been a fan of the last few years. Just plain forgot about him. He didn't have a team. Wasn't really standing out ever at ADP on Underdog for me. So I fumbled the Nick Pivetta thing. So hopefully, goes to a good place to pitch. I'm going to grab him a few times at this price and as he moves up. But was one thing I'm kicking myself so far this year. Max Scherzer at 202. No, thank you. Devin Williams at 218. Okay. That's where we're at here on the site. All right. I like a lot of guys here. I was kind of hoping more people would go, so I don't have to make the decision. All right. Mackenzie Gore, get on this team, my friend. We are still buying in. One more year on Mackenzie Gore. Guy's going to put it together. I know it. This is the year he puts it together and just his lights out all year. This here is a feature that I think Underdog needs. I would like, where you can, scroll down and keep your that would be nice. Victor Robles, a round 14 outfielder on here. So the good news here is I don't feel like I'm going to be, increasing my scary Victor Robles shares on DraftKings. I can get them all over on Underdog and ruin those teams instead of these. Okay, we're at 455 at this point. Looking at our room, everybody's around the same. Guggers went for the 6 outfielders first. Guess I should see. I'm looking at a 6 outfielder. What kind of place things fall off at here? Matt Waller at 193 seems pretty nice. If we're just comparing. Christopher Morel is an outfielder. An outfielder on Underdog. I don't know how to draft him. Vam's up here. Interesting. So yeah, there's names here. Maybe not all the way down here. A ton of names that we love. I starred Luke Raley. I don't know whether I'm taking Luke Raley, but or JP Crawford for that matter. Okay, Yandy Diaz is here at 168 with Toglia. Saints takes my guy Robbie Ray, which is I'm not gonna get upset because once again, maybe you're saving me from myself there. What's up, Duke? Hope you're doing well. I know. I mean, Robles has got a 200 ADP, so I know I'm not going to be the only one that gets burned there. Not going to be the only one. Yeah, I was looking at Wu, Ray, Evaldi, all at this score pick. Could have taken Taj Bradley just as soon as any of these guys. So a lot of interesting pitchers here to remember for next time. 14th, 15th round. I have an idea of what we're going to do here. Hopefully it comes to us. Maybe it's obvious. It's not Alec Burleson. It's not Bryce Terang. It's Big Baller going to take it. Is he going to ruin our plan? World Baseball Classic qualifiers, Spain at 11 Eastern. Very nice. Ooh, okay. All right. We get to make a mini Matt Chapman, Jung-Hoo Lee stack. We like that. We like this price on Lee. If I'm paying the price on Underdog, I should love the price on DraftKings. So that gets us to our sixth outfielder. So I don't feel like, the Roman Anthony upside is interesting. Wallner here at 193 is interesting for a team. But I feel like we did okay at outfielder and that we're not compromising ourselves too much. Let's take a look at these infielders. What is Will Smith day-to-day with? Ankle unlikely to be his Cactus debut until next week. All right, fair enough. Lee went undrafted. Ooh, all right. I'm going to have a lot of Lee if I'm going to be doing drafts over here then. I get it. We don't want, I was talking about Xavier Edwards, how we don't like boring guys, but at this price, putting him with Matt Chapman, going to be batting third, Chapman like fourth. That's a nice little combo. I like that very much. All right, pitcher here. I think pitcher here. Infielder. I don't think he's going to get back around to us, but let's take Mitch Keller here at 187. That seems kind of disrespectful for Mitch Keller. That seems a little bit disrespectful. 187. Look, I know it wasn't the season we wanted for Mitch Keller last year, but dude just is going to pitch innings. I know might not get wins on the Pirates. Maybe he does. I don't know. Yeah. Just a workhorse kind of guy. Oh, okay. So Lee didn't get drafted because you were out of outfielder space. Makes sense. Yeah. A little hard to plan all your positions at once. Dog is saying, we don't start how I did this draft. A lot of values drop on DK. Good to stay versatile. Let's go back to see what you did. Soto, Churio, Acuna. Yeah. I like this start. Burns, Harris, Strider. Yeah. And then this, I love this. I'm not strictly a fan of Michael Toglia. I understand it. But I love this 3 this 4 grouping of infielders. You know, you were maybe one of these other pitchers is. I'd go another infielder, but I like what you did here. Shea Langoliers in the 17th round. Boy, I've said it before. I feel like on Underdog, the Athletics stack, late stack, the Langoliers and the Soderstrom should be coming up, because it's like people are talking about it. I feel like people are saying everybody's saying that's the sneaky stack. So I feel like before the season starts, we're gonna have Langoliers in this area on Underdog. I'm pretty confident of that. I mean, unless Athletics just look terrible in spring, but I think people see the positive things and stuff. All right, we're on the clock. All right, we just got sniped on Wilson Contreras last pick. That was who we were thinking about for infielder. All right, we'll take Walker Buehler here. We'll take a fall on Walker Buehler. Where are we at again? We're at 656. DraftKings, I like to be 776, 866 more so here than on Underdog. Yeah, feels more popular than its ADP suggests. I agree. People are talking about it. Got it. Okay, so you jumped him up in ADP. Makes sense to me. Makes sense. You had the other pieces that you wanted it there. So it freaks me out because DraftKings sends you the notification that you're up in 2 picks. And then I'm used to, like, I always have my phone here when I'm drafting as like the notifications show up. So like to catch my eye in case I'm talking and I'm going to miss my pick. But in this case, it keeps throwing me off because it keeps popping up and it is not. All right. Well, let's do it. Brandon Woodruff, let's make this a draft or a dark sheep team and put our guy Brandon Woodruff on here for our 7th pitcher. And we are looking at filling out with a couple of infielders late. Maybe we get crazy. Maybe we put JP Crawford on this team. Let's see what Duke says. Duke says the baby Red Sox to own is Christian Campbell. He can play second, shortstop, or outfield. He's right-handed, and there are several paths to a gig. Story gets hurt. Rafael Cedena slides from center, and Casey plays the outfield. Devers agrees to DH. Yeah, I am not overthinking the playing time in Boston. I think that shakes out. And Christian Campbell is the guy that you're hearing about. Like, prospect lists have Roman Anthony usually ahead, like at least some of them that I've seen, right? I don't know how many of them are updated for this year, but all of the talk when you're looking at news and stuff coming out of camp, it's about Christian Campbell. Not as much. It's either the guys together or Campbell alone. You're not seeing like, oh, Roman Anthony this by himself or Roman Anthony that by himself. So it seems like they want, or yeah, either guy I think is fine. I'm not worried about playing time there. They're gonna want to win. Crawford gets all the at-bats. Yeah. All the at-bats he can handle. I just don't... the 2 years ago was just such an outlier power season that there's no reason to go there. I, this is a safe space, Turbotron. I'm glad that you can admit it. I can admit my flaws. I admit my Nick Pivetta miss. I can admit my big Brandon Woodruff position probably being really scary and going wrong. But if you want to draft JP Crawford at 240, not just stare at it, you can do it. Why not? Why not? This is another great point. That lineup with Cassis and Devers has, they have the lefties. Okay, we talked about him. Kristen Campbell goes there. Kind of wish we could have thrown him in here, but only at the staring phase. Looking across the room at JP Crawford. Getting a little wink on. Hey, buddy. All right. What do we got for infielders left? This does get kind of nasty here. This gets a little bit nasty, I am willing to admit. What are the pitchers here? I think I like pitching here better. I might need to put that away for next time. Get infielders before pitching this Buehler and Woodruff pick. Maybe both of them shouldn't have been pitchers. All right. Let's take a one-off CES here. Go for a youth upside pick here. Henny Penny agrees. The SPs are better here at the end. So yeah, something to think about. Always something we need to think about as we draft. What is our plan for the future? How are we going to finish this team? Think through the whole thing. Future stack potential. All that stuff should be flying around in our head. Do we just want to go an eighth pitcher? Our infield is Matt Olson, Josh Naylor, Matt Chapman, Paul Goldschmidt, Cal Raleigh, and CES. Let's do it. Bowden Francis went. Whoever's right before us keeps taking my guys. We're not a fan of whoever's right before us, but let's see. Let's take another. Let's take, we got our olds and our Buehler and our Woodruff. Let's take a Kumar Rocker here for our eighth pitcher and make an 8-6-6 team. Liberatores in the 19th. Yeah, I'm just not buying into Ty Black. I just think they're gonna mix and match the rest of the team outside of Yelich and Contreras, and I think there's gonna be a lot of mixing and matching on the Brewers. I don't feel comfortable with anybody's playing time. I mean, maybe Sal Frelick, but he doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, same thing with Joey Ortiz. I think these are all great roto picks. They all have speed. They all can get on base. Trang maybe not so much get on base, but he's got more speed. And yeah, I just don't think these guys are best ball guys that I want. They just the team that the Brewers are assembling is more reminiscent of the what was it, the 2016 Royals? Is that when they won? No, I don't know. Whatever year the Royals won. Yeah, absolutely. He is going to be the starting shortstop. No doubt. I agree totally. I think third base is going to be the revolving door. They're going to try to fit whoever they can there. Monasterio, Ty Black, as mentioned before. Maybe they bring Sal in. I don't know. I think third base is the problem. And yeah, I'm totally fine. I just don't think these guys. I do not think these guys. Most of the Brewers lineup are good best ball picks. All right, let's see what we got here in the last few rounds. Anything crazy standing out? Some player we don't expect. Bubba Chandler's here. Could have been on him. Somebody went with Sugano, who is just not. I have no interest in. Dubon for a Houston outfielder. David Peterson. There's a little deep dive with Frankie Montas on the mend. Maybe David Peterson. DJ Hurts last pick. Our friend Dan's not on this site if DJ Hurts doesn't have a good ADP. Little Neto on the last pick is very interesting. I like this. I like this finish by you, dog. You're started out behind on infielder, finished with a hope. Maybe Hoskins is he could be a big flop for best ball, but I feel like he has the profile that we want to target more so than the other Brewers infield guys. And then the Campbell swing and the Neto swing. I like this. Sharp room. I mean, every room on the sheep seats, it's sharp. That should be our tagline. I should trademark that. I'm not good at branding. All right. So what do we end up? We ended up with an 866 build. Of course, there's no easy way to share this because DraftKings is cool, but we ended up with Garrett Crochet, Grayson Rodriguez, Justin Steele, Mackenzie Gore, Mitch Keller, Walker Buehler, Brandon Woodruff, and Kumar Rocker for our pitchers. Our infield is Matt Olson, Josh Naylor, Matt Chapman, Paul Goldschmidt, Cal Raleigh, and Christian Encarnacion Strand. Our outfield is Corbin Carroll, Julio Rodriguez, James Wood, Riley Green, Randy Rosarena, and Jung-Hoo Lee. Yep, yeah. He is the planned starter. Sharp seats. Yeah, I don't know how the branding works on that. Put it on a t-shirt. All right, guys and gals and everyone else in between. I appreciate you hanging out, drafting some DraftKings tonight. We can turn off the Feed the Ducks. Stay tuned next week. I have volunteered to live stream on the Sheep Seats a auction draft for the Bubba and the Bloom Listener League. So we are going to be drafting a auction, which I have never done before. I have since volunteering that it is going to be a 4 to 5 hour auction. So I am already regretting volunteering, but it'll be exciting. Maybe I'll get a few people to swing by and keep me company for that time. I certainly don't expect all of you to hang out for that much, but that should be an interesting show nonetheless to see me fumble through my first real MLB auction draft. So until then, everyone get out there and fill some drafts up.